Well, here we go, people. This is a test flight from Brisbane to Melbourne, and I'll be utilising my pedestal this time. So we're going to be doing an ILS approach into Melbourne, ILS RB, and RB star into runway 16 at YMML. So I'm going to set up now and we'll come back and we'll be at the gate at Brisbane waiting to go. Okay, here we are sitting at Brisbane Airport, bay number 40, my favourite bay, and we are waiting to go. I have discovered a little problem with ProSim or CP flight, and that is you can see that the pedestal bay is active there, but we have a cold and dark situation. So I read a little article on the ProSim site which discussed this, and mine is doing that as well. So I don't know if that's a bug inherent in CP flight, or no, it's probably in ProSim. So yeah, okay, I have my route all set up, ready to go. So what we're going to do is start her up and get going. So we have a cold and dark. What we need to do is turn our battery on. Unfortunately, I don't have an overhead mounted at the moment. That should be our next thing, so we're going to turn our battery on, which should get a few things going. We now have some CDUs operational, and we'll go around and start doing the IRS alignment, and we'll do our flow, our start flow. Turn our RPU on. Not sure about our fuel at the moment, we should have enough. RPU's online now, so that's lit up a few more things. And in actual fact, I have a little situation here which I haven't rectified yet, whereby ProSim is already in the start position. So what I'll do is just go through and set it up so that we can get rid of that. And now we can go through and do the rest of our prep from within the cockpit. Just checking our fuel load. We have a very small fuel load there. I'm going to change that fuel load because this flight this afternoon is going to be a very quick flight. We're going to have no passengers on board. So if I just go to my weight section in the operating station, instructor operating station, and We're going to get rid of all of our passengers. We do not want any passengers. Our cargo is going to be virtually nil. And our fuel, we're going to have full fuel tanks in the wings, but nothing in the... Okay, I'm having problems doing that in the instructor station. I might just do it in the FMC. So we'll go to our weight. I'm going to put 0 in there, 0 in there, which we can't, 0 in there, and 0 in the last row. Our cargo, we're going to have 200 in our forward, 200 in our rear, 3,600 kilos in our left tank, left wing tank, 3,600 in our right tank, and 0 in our centre. So now we're right. Okay, so we had a bit of a failure there, but we're up and running again now. And we're at the process, at the stage where we're just about to put our information into the FMC. Our anti-skid ready to go. So I have my trusty little iPad here with all of the information for my departure route. So we'll go through and do it. Our ident. Positional initialization. It's YBBN. We're at gate 40, but we'll get the proper GPS coordinate, which we didn't need. Okay, so we should be good to go. We've got 5 degrees of flaps. We've got everything operational there, so we've already got our clearance. And we're going to be off. So let's have a bit of gas and we'll be out of here. We're taking off from runway 19 today. That's one thing I didn't do, was set up my Oz runways. Damn it, it's changed the IP address, which means we're not going to be able to run Oz runways, unfortunately. Watch this dude over here, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Oh, now he's disappeared. There's a 7-3 exiting on the left there. I'm going to slow down a bit, we're doing 31 on our taxi and you're only supposed to be doing 11. So I'll get a speeding ticket. Alright, we're heading down to runway 19 for our takeoff now, which is at the far end of the runway. What's wrong with our auto brake disarm light? That should go out. I can't kill that fuel, unfortunately. And we need to chuck a righty here to get on to runway 19. Slow it down a little bit before we chuck our right hand turn. Now lefty. And there is runway 19 over there, which we're heading for. We're hoping that this is going to be an ILS landing. So everything looks pretty clear to the left. And to the right, doesn't look like there's anything on the runway, so I'm going to give it the gas and away we go. There is a bird waiting down at the other end, but we're going to head off before he gets a chance, so I'm just going to give it the gun here. Hopefully you'll see us on the... We're going to do a manual takeoff this time. And we're 80 knots. And V1. You can see she leapt into the air pretty quickly because we are very light
2 mile terrain
today. So we're going to have gear up.
2 mile terrain.
Whoop. I'm going
2 mile terrain.
automatic so I can get my gear up.
2 mile terrain. 2 mile terrain.
I won't let gear go up. Now we're right. And gears up. And flaps are up. And we're now plugging along. We're pulling onto our course. Holy smokes, what's going on with our power? Oh, it's because we're in such a high takeoff. Command wasn't on. Okay. Okay, we're doing a pretty swift little left-hand turn here to get back on track. Otherwise, we're going to miss our profile. You can see with our radios now, because they're running, you can see we've now got a plotted line here, the green line, which is our navigational radios kicking in, saying that if we chucked a right hand turn now and followed a direction of 182, we would be on course for our first plotting, which was Laravel. At 117.8. That's the frequency. So you can see we're coming out over the water. Now we're going to chuck a right hand turn again to come on to Dennis. And we're at 10,000 feet. Okay, why is our auto throttle not operational? There we go. And what was going on there? That's a bit weird too. Right, we're going to punch it up to 25,000 feet now. There's our 25,000. A bit of light on the subject. You can see we've corrected our course and we're now coming on to our Lily waypoint, and as soon as we straighten up on Lily, next one will be Laravile, which is about 30 odd nautical miles straight down the road. I thought we'd do a little update here. We're now about 149 miles from Pulso. Once we get to Pulso, we'll be dropping, that's our point of descent, so we'll be dropping down to 13,800 feet to our next waypoint, which is Canty. You can see that Pulso there. Once we get to Canty, we'll be chucking our left hand dog leg there. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, but it's still quite nice out there. Good landing weather. A little bit hazy off to the left. We have a bit of a problem with one aircraft here. If I zoom in, this guy's been shadowing us the whole way. He's approximately 2,000 feet below us and off to our left, but I had to increase our speed a little bit just to try and get the heads up on him, because I think he's flying a similar route to us and he's going to be landing at Melbourne, so I don't want him to be jumping in front of us. So we've already locked in our ILS frequency. It's already plugged into our nav radio there, and we're just waiting for it to come up. As you can see now also in our progress page there, we've now got heaps of fuel. We've got 3.4 tons of fuel when we get to Melbourne, so we're well within our boundaries there. So it's basically just waiting to get to Melbourne now. We're still about 250 nautical miles away. So I've also got my little chart here set up, ready to go. This is our Melbourne plate, a Navigraph plate for the ILS, the RB approach, and which will come in. That's our bowl waypoint there, which is Belinda, and you can see we'll come down and the profile should look just like that as we touch down in Melbourne. So hopefully that's what we're going to achieve at the end. But we've still got a little ways to go, about 250 knots. So once I get a little bit closer, we'll come back to it. Might need a little bit of speed brake, slow down a little bit. And what do we get after that? 6, 5, and 1, so we can almost, as soon as we get the bowl, we'll have gear down, and that's going to be close. You can see our runway ahead of us there, Melbourne. And we're supposed to have VLR lock on, because this is going to be an auto land, well not an auto land but an ILS approach. How come the ILS is not coming up? 9.7. God damn it. On it. I have to fly it in manual. We've blown the approach. Mind you, having blown the approach, you can see that we can still check our profile here, and we can still fly to the profile.
2500.
So, can't put any flaps down at the moment, and we're coming in hot and heavy. I'm going to try and drop some speed here, otherwise we're never going to get flaps down. No, it's not going to happen. Okay, at this stage, in the real thing, you would be doing a go around because we're way too fast. Ooh.
Think rate.
Okay, our speed's dropping from. Well, we just demonstrated a go around anyway.
2 mile terrain. 2
Now
mile
buzzing
terrain.
over and giving everyone a nice wind,
2 mile terrain.
gust of wind.
2 mile terrain.
And now
Flying
we're
over at
280 knots, which is
2
normal.
mile terrain.
and about 880
2
feet.
mile terrain.
Yes. So
So
we really should be
2 mile terrain.
higher than that.
2 mile terrain.
That's why the old girl's going crazy at the
2
moment.
mile terrain. 2 mile terrain. 2 mile.
Oh, look at that down there, would you? Isn't that amazing? Some nice little farms down there.
wave.
Okay, our speed's down to a proper speed now of 200 knots. And we're just about 2,500 feet. Right, so she's going to level off. We're coming up on our threshold setting where we'll be chucking a righty. And I'm going to drop the speed down to 180 so we can start flying some. Okay. Again, we're set here. And the carriage is correct. Now, because I've turned off the autopilot, you'll notice that we don't have a proper reading on our VSI. It's all going to be done by hand this time. This is the main runway of YMML. You can see those lights as we're coming up on them. They're the approach lights, and you can line up on them, which is
1,000.
exactly what I'm doing. So profile's pretty good, 1,000 feet. Our reference is roughly right. Looking pretty good. Fair sort of landing. We're aiming to put it down right where the red and yellow lights are. That's our drop point. You can see one of the aeroplanes just touching down there now.
Isn't that a problem?
Huh?
Wouldn't we be given a go around order?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
300.
Looking very good.
200. 100.
And
50. 40.
there's our flare.
30.
Drop the power right off.
20. 10.
And we are down. There's reversers on. And we're down to 60 knots. And turn the reversers off. Manual braking, which we don't need. We can actually slow enough to take this turn off. Or do a full stop. And it's clean up time, which normally your FO does.
Which in this case won't happen because I have no idea what to do.
You're not my FO. You're not qualified.
A bit heavy.
Oh mate, he's going to be moving. That's pretty amazing gear, isn't it? Look at this guy over here. Trying to move in between these dudes. Thank you.
So I'd like to be able to see where I'm parking.
It's only 50 ton of aeroplane, don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Okay, we're looking at this spot over here. Beautiful Orbix YMML version 2, running flawlessly in P3D 2.4. My crappy landing here, and that's it. We're here. Got here in one piece. Got it down second time around. Okay, kill a bit.
Okay.